So welcome back again. We are into fifth lesson of the reproductive health. We are seeing the fifth lesson of reproductive health. So just to recap what we have discussed in our fourth classes, we have seen various contraceptive methods in the form of barrier methods, IUDs, pills. Pills again we have seen two kinds, right? 21-day pills and the Saheli oral contraceptive pill, and followed by implants we have seen, and we have seen the composition of the pills and as well as the implants in the form of progesterone and estrogen combinations or just progesterone. Yes, and then the emergency contraceptives, in which situation the emergency contraceptives are available. Then the permanent sterilization methods, surgical methods in the form of vasectomy and the tubectomy. And towards the end of that lesson, we have seen the side effects of the contraceptive methods, right? So why do we have side effects is because the contraception is interfering with something very natural. Okay, that is in the previous class, and this class will deal with the very important topic, that is medical termination of pregnancy. Medical termination of the pregnancy. So here, as the name indicates, you are terminating the pregnancy. So uh, alternatively it is also called as the induced abortion, right? So here, intentional and voluntary termination is nothing but something discontinued here the pregnancy is being discontinued. So that is the intentional or voluntary termination of pregnancy before the full term. Before the full term of the pregnancy is 9 months. 9 months. So here in this 9 months of pregnancy period, at which stage can you be able to terminate the pregnancy? So that we're gonna be learning about it. So before the full term is called as medical termination of the pregnancy, or simply you can call it as induced abortion. So why it is induced here is it is not getting terminated because of the biological reasons, or any physical reason or biological reasons, but you are inducing artificially to terminate the pregnancy. That is why it is called as the induced abortion. And here, nearly you can see this huge number of pregnancies are getting terminated because of various reasons, right? So here approximately for 45 to 50 million, that is such extraordinary number, right? 45 to 50 million is such an extraordinary number. So these many pregnancies are being terminated legally, right? So this is the legal procedure to terminate the pregnancies, just to streamline, to make people aware about in which situation or which term of the pregnancy can be able to terminate it. Yes, so 1/5 of the total pregnancies, right? So this number is 1/5 of the total. That means a total of approximately we have some 250 million pregnancies are there. In that we are terminating some 1/5 of the pregnancies because of various reasons. Yes, and here it's a hugely emotional, ethical and religious issues. Various issues uh, there are there when you terminate the pregnancy. Uh, there are various moments against and pro for this termination as well. There are pro life and there are they're against life. So all those various debates are around this in various countries, not just limited to India, because because of the religious reasons and as well as ethical reasons is, can we terminate the life at all? Yes, so do we have the right to terminate the lives? That is an ethical questioning. Emotional is, the couples involved are very emotional about their child being terminated, their child being killed here. It's an emotional concept for the partners involved. And religious, the questions about life are many times answered by religions. That is why it is also a religious concept. And social issues, so it's obviously a social issue, right? All of these issues will be there. So taking all of this into consideration, especially, and as well, it's a tool also to control the population, but it should not necessarily be used to control the population, but it is also a method, a tool at our disposal. But you should not terminate the pregnancy just for the sake of controlling the population. But increased number of abortions can also reduce the population. Doesn't mean that you got to be terminating the pregnancies to reduce the population. But the government of India, as a matter of fact, passed this medical termination of the pregnancy uh, to to streamline, or rather to check uncontrolled uncontrolled termination of pregnancies without having any legal checks and balances. So taking all these issues into consideration, the government of India has legalized the medical termination of pregnancy in 1971 with strict rules and guidelines because to avoid the misuse. Why is that? Is because in India we have this unfortunate situation called as female feticide. Particularly, we have seen this test called as amniocentesis test. So when you conduct this amniocentesis test, you would know the sex of the child. So immediately knowing, being aware of the sex of the child, if it is female child, the fetus is used to be terminated. Nowadays it is still happen it is still happening it is still happening. That is where the government of India has banned the amniocentesis test, one thing. And as well, so to regulate it, or rather to stop this illegal practice of female feticide, so government of India has institutionalized all these rules and guidelines. Yes, because the female feticide, as we can clearly see here, is more. Yes. And in which situation, right, in which scenario can be able to terminate the pregnancy, right? So normally the pregnancies are terminated because of casual unprotected sexual intercourse. Yes, the sexual intercourse, if you do not wish to have the pregnancy, should have to be protected sexual intercourse, right? Obviously the intercourse is will lead to the pregnancy. So that is why if you do not wish to have, the couples involved do not wish to have the pregnancy, the protection has to be used. And in the absence of protection, in casual sexual intercourse lead to the pregnancy, and they do not want to continue that pregnancy. And the recommendation of the doctor, they can go for medical termination. And as well as failures of the contraceptive used during sexual intercourse. What does that mean here? They do have taken care. They do have used the protective wear. But despite that, so despite using, because of its failure, it led to the pregnancy. So in such a situation, also the pregnancy can be terminated, and as well the rapes. Well, rapes also lead to unwanted pregnancies, and in such a situation, also the pregnancy can be terminated. Yes, that is why MTPs will become very essential, because so here when it is known that the pregnancy cannot be continued, and as well as pregnancy is unwanted, so then they can go for MTPs, and it becomes very essential in a situation where continuance of the pregnancy is fatal to the mother and the fetus. Let's say, for example, the mother have some kind of health complications in the form of, say, heart diseases, or blood clotting problems. So in a situation like that, continuation of the pregnancy might put the mother's life at the severe risk. In such a situation, the pregnancy can be terminated, and so is the fetal life. It is also at risk. In such situation also, the pregnancy can be terminated. So normally to terminate the pregnancy, first trimester pregnancies are considered safe. That means first 12 months or first 3 months of the pregnancy is relatively safe to terminate, because the mother health is not that severely affected in the first trimester pregnancies. And so we have these legal options also, but in sometimes because of these unwanted pregnancies, and as well as in the rape cases, some of these partners involved uh, might not go for, or might not uh, consult a medical professional to get their recommended opinion. get the recommended opinion. And one of the most disturbing problem of these unwanted pregnancies, they believe in these quacks is, the people who are posing as doctors, people who are posing as doctors. These people will put the life of the mother and the child at the risk, and it could be fatal, could be fatal to mother and the mother and her child. So if she put the responsibility on the quacks who are posing as doctors, and they should not be performing these operations or terminating the pregnancy. In such a situation, it will be illegal by doing these unqualified quacks, because they are unqualified obviously, and they're posing themselves as the doctors, which is a disturbing situation, particularly in the case of these unwanted pregnancies, particularly the teen pregnancies, because of the lack of awareness. Lack of awareness, they go for sexual intercourse and they get the pregnancy, and in such a situation, they do not have the elders of the family to guide them, and they believe in these quacks, which lead to the fatality of these partners involved. And another, obviously, just now we have discussed in the form of female feticide, right? So here, the misuse of amniocentesis. What is this misuse? Is amniocentesis is obviously performed for the determination of the gene abnormalities, but sometimes it is being misused to determine the sex of the unborn child. So if the partners involved or the family involved uh, get to know about the child is the female child, and it leads to the female feticide by terminating the female child in the form of mtp. And this has to be avoided because it can be dangerous to both mother and as well as fetus. And here, to avoid these people from believing in these quacks, and as well as counsel them about their reproductive health. So far, whatever that discussion that we have seen, effective counseling of the protective sexual devices available for them, sexual devices available for them in the form of various contraceptives, and as well as risks involved in illegal abortions, right? So if the pregnancy is getting terminated by somebody who is unqualified, how it's going to be affecting the life of the mother and as well as the child. So that has to be counseled to the people involved. And this disturbing trend, or this problematic trend, can be addressed only with the help of the awareness and as well as effective counseling of the people of marriageable age, particularly the people of adolescence years, you know so that they can stop believing in myths and misconceptions. Keeping all of this into consideration, the government of India has amended the Medical Termination of the Pregnancy Act in 2017, and he has still provided furthermore strict guidelines, furthermore strict guidelines to the terminate the pregnancy. So here, according to these guidelines, according to this act which has been amended, a pregnancy may be terminated on considered grounds. Certain considered grounds. What is this certain considered grounds? Just now we have seen, maybe unwanted, unprotected sexual intercourse, rapes, right? So in such a situation, by medical practitioner, one medical practitioner can recommend the termination of the pregnancy. So that is the relatively safe period of first trimester. Relatively safe period of first trimester, that is within 12 weeks of the pregnancy. And so, unfortunately, if the couple were not able to make a decision within these 12 weeks of the pregnancy, and as well, we have got to know the continuation of the pregnancy. The continuation of pregnancy has happened beyond this 12 months, and as well. So, since it has been carried, and obviously we cannot even continue that. So in such a situation, we can see that here, if the pregnancy has lasted more than 12 weeks, That means fewer than 24 weeks. This is also very important. So 24 weeks, that means until the end of second trimester is the maximum period. Maximum period you can terminate the pregnancy. Beyond that, you should not be terminating the pregnancy, regardless of the situation that is there, because it will be affecting the mother in a severe way. It might lead to the death of the mother as well. So that is why, so beyond 12 weeks and as well as less than fewer than 24 weeks, that means second trimester, two registered medical professionals. So here, before 12 weeks, one registered medical practitioner will be sufficient for us. Yes, the recommendation of one medical practitioner is going to be sufficient. But in here, two registered medical practitioners should give the recommendation, must be of the opinion, formed in good faith, and required grounds exist. What is this required grounds? What is this required grounds is here is, so here the continuation of the pregnancy would involve the risk of the life for the pregnant woman, and as well grave injury, physical and as well as mental health of the pregnant woman, right? Grave injury in the form of, as I have explained, maybe something related to the heart or the blood homeostasis, severe anemic condition is there, and in such a situation, the continuation of the pregnancy is leading to the losing of life to this pregnant woman. So that is one ground where we can terminate the pregnancy. Other one is there is substantial risk that of the child, if child were born, it would suffer from the physical and mental abnormalities as to seriously be handicapped. Yes, sickle cell anemia we have seen, dwarf, sorry, Down syndrome, Down syndrome situation where the child is going to be severely handicapped. There can be mental retardation as well. That is the mental abnormalities. Yes. So in such a situation, you can terminate the pregnancy because the child is going to be handicapped for life. Handicapped for life. Then also you can terminate the pregnancy. But these two grounds should be recommended by two medical practitioners, and one should substantiate the other of their both findings. Then you can terminate the pregnancy up to 24 weeks. Beyond that, it's not going to be possible because the mother's life is at the risk. Regardless of the grounds, it should not be terminated. Okay, so that is the medical termination of the pregnancy that we have. So the questions important for NEET in this segment that we have is, so this Amendment Act is given in the NCERT book in a column, and the uh, wherever this medical termination of the pregnancy is presented. So this separate column that has been given for us is very important, and as well as the year of the passing of Medical Termination Act, that is 1971. 1971 is also very important, and as well this amniocentesis we have discussed before, and how it is related to the MTP also is the basic idea that has to be remembered, and as well as simple definition of the MTP will also be beneficial for your NEET exam. Okay, so that is the medical termination of the pregnancy. In the next segment, we will be understanding the sexually transmitted infections in our next class. Thank you.